Hello everyone and welcome back to John Builds. Okay, so in today's video I'm going to be adding the critical upper bifold wing. It took about 2 weeks for me to complete the add all the parts this upper bifold wing. So now in this video we're going to be gluing this in for the final stage. Yeah, so again very close to getting this finished. I think a couple more videos and we'll have this Sopwith Camel all wrapped up. Okay, so after spending around about 2 weeks I started this upper wing on the 29th of December. So on and off I've managed to get this all completed now. Like I say, very complex, a lot of little parts have to be glued. So yeah, all these little stainless steel parts all have to be glued on. So yeah, and all the tension wires have to be added. So it took about 2 weeks, so I don't think that's too bad now. And I also added these upper wing support brackets as well, so they're all complete. So painted these exactly the same way that I painted this little top section in the last video. So yeah, I painted it exactly the same way, and I just added these little stainless steel brackets to it. So pretty much we get to a stage now where these can be added and we can glue in the upper wing. So in the instructions it tells you to get these two upper wing supports and glue them in at the same time and get them square and leave them to kind of go off. But what I've done is slightly different. Is yesterday I glued this one in place, so that's permanently set now, and I'm going to actually just do it a little bit different, where I actually glue this one in and then I bring in this upper wing, and I can kind of set the upper wing while it's going off, because I didn't want to set these two, and then when you came to put the upper wing on it wasn't in line with that. So I'll show you that in a minute, because you can see it the second we're off center. So that's why, even though that's set, there is still some play on that. Yeah, this one can still be moved, so all we're going to do is just set it backwards and forwards with this one that's not quite set. So first thing I need to do is just mix up a little bit of 2 parts epoxy. So if anybody's building this along as well, I just need to show you something that if you can remember, I told you about this this jig. Well, if you actually follow the instructions, there is another part of this jig where we actually built this tail section on this jig. I've actually lost it, so I didn't think it was that really important, but it actually is. So what I've had to do is I've had to just take a couple of these little bits of spare ply, and I've had to kind of raise it to the level of the original jig, because what I found throughout these sections, and you can see where I've just built it up just to because we had the original piece of jig, and then there was some 4x4s on there. So without that, I didn't actually realise that it was affecting the position of these wings. It was sat too low. Yeah, so actually I'm now building these up. It's actually got these 2 wings in the correct angle. It was too high, so when I was dry fitting this top wing, it just none of it would line up. Okay, so I'll just knock a little bit of epoxy resin up, and then we'll start to fit this first support bracket. Okay, so I've just mixed up a little bit of epoxy. So what we need to do is just fill some into these little slots in the lower wing. There's a couple of slots there and one there, so we can put quite a generous bead in this section. Just want it to set quite hard, because there is a little bit of play with this this lower support. So I'm not bother too much if it spills out, and get in there after and just get that off with a sharp knife. But I just want to make sure there's plenty on, so this kind of lasts a lifetime. Okay, so then we can just bring in this. I say it's got to be facing that way. It's got to be facing forward because the upper bi-wing slightly faces above the lower wing, and then we'll squeeze that down. So you have about 5 minutes with this epoxy. So I'm just going to take a little bit of one of these scrap pieces of wood and just take off some of the excess while it's still visible, still nice and soft. Okay, so that's that bit out. Like I said, in the instructions, what it tells you to do now is kind of get them both almost level. But you could get them completely level, then you put this wing on, and it might be set slightly off. So I think it's actually best to set the upper wing while this is still a little bit pliable. So then we just got these brackets there and there, either side. So I'm just going to put a little bit of epoxy on that section. The same on the other side. Okay, so now we've got the slots in the upper wing where these little upper wing supports go in. We've got 4 either side because we've got the smaller ones that go in a little bit later on that kind of come off the body. Just make sure we press it into the holes, so you can see already like this how far it's out. So we just need to just adjust that in to the holes on the other one. And just press them down. And then like I did before, I'm just going to, where some's a little bit spilled out, just take a little bit off. Just make sure it's all set nice and true. Okay, so you can see that's not too bad, but we're just the kind of key is we want that kind of this section to be dead centered down the down where these gun mounts are, so you can see where it's like that's pretty much dead center. So I think one of the best thing to do is I've actually got this really heavy folder full of all these part work books, so it's really heavy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it against this edge of the wing. As you can see now, that's touching the top wing. If I can bring this out for you a bit more, that's touching the top wing. Well, there's a gap there, look, on the bottom wing. Can you see that? So what I'm going to do, because plenty of weight, so I'm just going to push that along until the top wing and the bottom wing are touching. So now there's no gap at all. So they pretty much, this is a very square surface, and I know now that that's let me just put actually something that's under that corner. So notice it went on the another bit of clip now, so I'll put them two together so I know that's completely straight now. Let's do the same again. So they're completely touching. Okay, so we go back down this angle. We should know that pretty much that line is in line. It's there. Same on the other side. Which it is. Okay, so all we'd really do now is, well, we'd have to wait until this is completely set, which is probably going to take the best part of 2 or 3 hours. If you want to, you could put something not too heavy on these corners, but they do actually feel like they've sat in them brackets okay. If you felt like they were springing up, you could maybe just take something that's not too heavy, like this little this tammy here. It's got some little bit of thinner in it, or just a little bit of just a jar, like I say, just something that's not too heavy, but just enough to just going to add a little bit of weight either side, like a little bit of cellulose thinner, just enough. Okay, so once that's fully dry, what we do is then we come in with these little support brackets, and then we add them through here, and this is when we kind of then bring this down a bit just to meet that. But I think it's probably best just to completely leave this to fully dry, and then we can add them a little bit later on, which is pretty much the same technique as we've just done with these ones. They'll hold in like that. Yeah, so just a bit of a quick video today. I'm going to leave that to dry. You can see it now, just sat there, probably going to leave it for the most of the day. And then pretty much I'm away all next week, so I'm working away. So maybe there might not be a video out next weekend. Depends what time I have on the weekend. But then hopefully we'll be able to crack on with the Sopwith Camel again the week after. So anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Take care, everyone.